up guys, Zelda73021 here, and today we are playing a new game on my channel called City Skylines. Basically, if you don't know what this game is, basically you build a city. It's kind of like SimCity, you know, you got roads, and then you build buildings, and then you make houses, and then like city services. Basically a modern city building game. Now, I don't know anything about this game. I've never played it, never watched any videos on it, but let's get started. Now, I recorded a whole 3 hours of this City Skyline footage, just at the 2 hour and 40-minute mark-ish. I looked down and realized my mic was muted. So this is pre-recorded, so here I'm going to choose a map. I was looking for something that looks nice and had a lot of natural resources. I was thinking about that one, but then I noticed that whatever that natural resource was, there was none of it, and I figured it was going to be a problem at some time. So I just went with I believe I went with the islands map because it looked nice. It had a lot of water. Yeah, that one right there. I'm just going to name my city Bam Balsamic Vinegar. I couldn't think of a name, so I just literally went and named it Balsamic Vinegar. What to do when you can't come up with a name? Balsamic Vinegar. Now I was really pumped. I was really pumped for, this was going to be amazing. Really, it's going to be really awesome. It was loading. It was taking forever to load, and I was getting really bored. I have to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. So I was really excited to see what this game was like. I've never played it before, and yeah, I'm really excited to jump in. And I've never seen the video. I've never seen any videos on it other than the main trailer. Hello and welcome. Build roads. Blah blah blah. So this is the highway where I guess this is like the highway where my city goes off. I was looking at the map. There's some nice rivers. I could use that. I could definitely use the rivers at some point for water pumping or whatever. So I built my first roads. I was trying to get a feel for how to build the roads and stuff. I figured this would be the highway exit, and I'd make I was looking at the different types of roads. I was thinking that my main road could be right here. And just have a big long road going across, and that could be my main commercial road with shops and stuff and restaurants, you know what I mean, one of those big long road things. So yeah, this was gonna be my main road. I was trying to get a feel for how much room I had and how much money I should start spending. I took a look at my money at this point and realized that it was gonna be going fast, so I had to start making profit. I was redoing this road because I don't think it was connected or something. Yeah, it wasn't connected. So I figured I was going to build my housing, where the houses are over by, this river here. So I grabbed... I was looking at the different kinds of roads at this point. But, I grabbed a medium road, and I'm going to start coming down, here. And this could be a second main road that goes down to across the river and stuff. Then I grabbed some small roads and then started, I was going to build a nice big neighborhood right there. So I started building the roads for it. Started building a road down the hill there to the river. Moved it back along because I got to save room by the river for houses. I can't. It'd be pretty stupid if I couldn't build there. I live in this town. It's nice and coastal. I mean, we don't have anything yet, so I wouldn't live here yet. But I was taking a look, getting a feel for it. I noticed that road wasn't connecting, so I got rid of it. I bulldozed it, which took me a while to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I bulldozed it, made it a three-way intersection, which is good. Getting a feel for the zoom cameras and the controls of how to look around. And then I made it housing. The green is housing, and I wanted to make just part of that big plot there housing, but I wanted some of it to be commercial. So I found out that there was this tool that would you can highlight stuff and it will become green or whatever color you want. So that's going to be my housing. I looked at the water and I noticed that you need to have water in your town. So I put a water pump like right on the river. Put it right there. And then I need to connect pipes so everyone in the town has water. So every building in town is under that blue shading thing. So I started building pipes over to that section of town. I'm not sure what I'm doing at this point. Just building pipes. Making sure every road and every house has a nice pipe for me. Or has a nice pipe too. And then, of course, the electric. I chose a wind turbine. I was thinking, I was noticing that the darker areas give me more megawatts because I guess they're more like windy. So I just put a wind turbine up there on top of that hill because I was getting a lot of megawatts doing that, and I didn't want to put it too close to the town because I was going to eventually expand. But I put a wind turbine right there because it'd be easy to connect electric wires to because it's not too far from town, or it's not too far from the neighborhoods. And I figured out this later, but it took me a while to figure out that the electricity travels through the buildings. So if I have like electric in one building, the electric will travel over to the next building, and so on. So all these houses were getting electric, they were getting water, and they started building, and I was pretty satisfied that I started making some kind of profit down there. I can't see what that says, but I placed a water drainage pipe because all the houses need to like have a sewer system. And I read in the game when I loaded up a world or something, I don't know, I read somewhere that you don't want to build like a water drainage pipe going upstream because then all your sewage will dump upstream, and if you put like a water pumping station, you'd just be pumping your own sewage. So keeping that in mind, I put these things so the water will go downstream. And here all my houses are starting to build. I'm getting a look at my neighborhood, or at least like the first neighborhood. My city's doing pretty good. I figured at this point I needed some commercial because if you look at the bars in the bottom right corner, the green, blue, and orange, that tells me what the citizens want or what I need in my town. I definitely needed a little orange, but I didn't know what orange was at the moment. So I connected an electric tower right there, but then I realized that I was going to build like a road going that way, so it wouldn't help if I had electrical wires. So I moved the electrical wires back one, so I could build my road there. I just put it right there, and then I had to connect the water. I connected the water over to this main big road. Well, it's going to be the big road. I mean, I got a pretty small town so far, but at least I'm going to start to make money. And then I noticed up at the top that there's like a Twitter thing, where the citizens of the town like tweet out what's going on in the town, what the town needs, and it's like a little Twitter thing. Some of my commercials stuff started building. Things like some buildings started building, and then I noticed the orange is the industrial, so I had to build some industrial. I figured I didn't want to build industrial over by the houses, because how would you feel if there was just a big industrial factory area like right next to your house, pumping smog into the air? So I started expanding the big road down, and this is where the the industrial would be. I built a small road going out. This would be my main industrial lot. It'd house all the industrial factories and whatnot, like factories and warehouses, things, typical industrial stuff. I went to industrial, and I didn't want all of that to be industrial. Once again, I only wanted a certain part. So I highlighted it. You can see me highlighting everything. Like I said before, I recorded a whole 3 hour thing of videos for this, and I was pissed to find out that my mic was muted the whole time because some idiot kept calling me on Steam, and I had to mute my mic for something, and then I hung up. Sorry, and I never unmuted my mic. Here I'm connecting long pipes and long electrical wires over to the other side of town. I wish I could see this better while I'm narrating. It just gives me like a little box in the corner, and it just asks me to narrate for what's going on. But I can't really tell what's going on. I can't see the population at all. I can't see how much money I'm making. I wish I could full screen this, but unfortunately, let me get like a zoom tool out or something. This is a little tiny box. Zoom. What's the name of the zoom? Oh yeah, magnifier. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know if that will really help at all, but oh yeah, that helps. It's kind of blurry though, but at least it helps. I noticed that I was making a profit at this point. I can't read what that says, but yeah, I was making a profit. I needed to connect more water pipes down here so these people could get water. The population did start to go up, and my town is nice. I'd probably live in that neighborhood. There's a really nice river right there. Too bad I have to start pumping sewage into it. But for now there's a really nice river for now there's a really nice river there until I start pumping more sewage. I started expanding this road down, and I wanted to make like a U-turn kind of thing there, but it wouldn't let me do that with the large roads. So, I tried figuring out solutions for that. It kind of looks like a runway, it just kind of ends. But I switched to the medium road and have that 6-lane road go into a 2-lane, or a 3-lane, or what is that, 4-lane road. And it gives me a nice U-turn there. That's pretty nice, and I wanted to expand the neighborhood out to the road. Right now I'm trying to plan my neighborhood, where else I want to expand it. Figured I'd just get rid of those houses there or something. Give me your house. I'm building a road here, honey boo boo child. I connected the pipes over to this new section of town, the commercial area. And the piping was costing a lot of money, so I was trying to figure out ways I can make money. I noticed the Twitter thing at this point. I guess I wasn't paying attention to it before. But this is the point I said, like, oh, there's a Twitter thing. I guess these people, like, tweet out. Here's the magnifier. I guess these people, like, tweet out what's going on in their life. My wind turbine is spinning. It's generating electricity for my small town. Gonna expand the neighborhood down here. Just some extra houses. And I figured I was gonna expand out to the right too, so we could have a nice big local neighborhood on this river. I mean, I would love to live right in front of that sewage pipe right there. That'd be nice. Just expanding the road down as much as I can. I was gonna build like a lot there, squares or rectangles or whatever. Just you see what I'm going for at this point. But then the electric wires got in the way, so I hate electric wires. Sometimes they can be so annoying. And there was my first square of business. My business square. Welcome to the business square. How can I help you? And not my business square, my house square. And I moved the electrical wires down so I didn't have to, so it wasn't going diagonally and it wasn't causing more space. Ooh. zone the areas, made all these green so we could build more houses. And the houses started to build automatically. I was taking a look at the neighborhood. I mean, look how nice that neighborhood is. You got the river. I'd probably live in that red house right there to the left. I don't know what I was saying at this point. I'm probably just talking to myself. But yeah, I would live in that neighborhood. What do you guys think? Leave in the comment below. Getting a feel for how much room I had and how much room I was already using, turns out I still had a pretty big deal of space. Eventually I found out that you could expand your town, and I got my town pretty big. I built 3 more expansions. But I don't want to spoil too much what happens towards the end of the series. I'm not nowhere close to the end of the series, though. My town's still pretty small. I mean, not small, my town got really big, but I mean small for, like, what I want to do with the town. I'm not going to spoil too much. I guess you'll have to watch and find out yourself. I'll shoot 3 hours of it. And that was only the first recording session, too. I still have multiple. I want to upload all of these before I start recording again. I might if this gets popular, I might continue it, obviously. But I will try to bring back the roller coaster. Oh, I got my first achievement. Congratulations. I got a little hamlet. My population is 400. So I might bring back the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 series. Sorry I haven't been uploading in like a long time. I got a new hard drive, and I was trying to figure out how to move all my Steam games over there, because it was taking a lot of space on my main hard drive. But I ended up accidentally deleting all the Steam games, and you guys know my internet. It's painfully slow, and it took about a week and a half to get all of that back. Of just leaving my computer on night after night waiting for that to download. It was painful, oh my gosh. Couldn't do anything because my internet can't handle surfing the internet and downloading or uploading anything simultaneously. So whenever I wanted to do something, I had to like pause the download and do that. It got really annoying, but it's done now, so we're good. I noticed that there was a Penny's there. I guess that's supposed to be like a ripoff of a Denny's or something, but it was pretty big, so I don't know what it was. The house has started building, which was nice. I can't read what that Twitter tweet says, but I was reading it. And this is going to be one of my first series that's going to be in full widescreen HD, 180p. A lot of my people were complaining about the quality was like 400 something. But yeah, I will be rendering this in HD. It will take a lot longer to upload, but it's worth it for you guys. And I noticed that these houses were getting power, and I didn't know why they weren't getting power, because I mean the power should connect fine, but then I noticed that like the wattage, and then I built like another power thing out there. But then I noticed how much power we generate isn't keeping up with how much power the town uses. But these houses started powering up fine, but a few of the power kept going out. And I couldn't figure out why, but then I noticed at the top right corner it said like that I was generating a certain amount of electricity, but I was using like more electricity than I could generate. I mean, I don't think one lousy wind turbine over there could generate power for this whole town. Once again, I was looking at the neighborhood, looking how nice it was, looking at the cars going by, and then that ugly sewage pipe, that just ruins it all. Eventually, I'm going to move all of that, but eventually I'm going to move all the sewage. My industrial area started building, which was nice. It was still saying I needed industrial, but they also needed power, which I couldn't figure out at this point how to get power to them, because there was power lines connected there, but I didn't yet realize that we were using more than we could generate. I built another medium road going out. I figured that whole big corner would be all industrial, and this would go out to like more commercial stuff. I was noticing that the circle roads, those looked cool. And I unlocked new utilities, garbage, and healthcare. A lot of people did start complaining about the garbage. And I unlocked a new economy thing. I could charge taxes, I could take out loans from the bank. Just ways to make money, I guess. I raised the taxes very high, which for commercial, which was a big mistake. Because everyone started moving out, no one was happy, and I started losing money. So I eventually I kept the taxes down for the houses because, you know, power was still being needed, and I guess I was pretty stupid and didn't notice that. Then I noticed that no one was getting power, and people were reporting like blackouts on Twitter, on the tweeter thing at the top. Then someone complained about that the garbage started piling up, so I did build a landfill right here. Which the garbage started being taken out. But garbage became a huge problem in my city. There weren't enough landfills to go around, and people started complaining to the point where however many landfills I placed, it still wasn't getting fixed, and I had no idea what was going on, so I just didn't care about it. I mean, screw them, right? They can throw the trash in the river. I don't really give a crap. But then I noticed the electricity still wasn't working. So I guess this is when I noticed that electric wasn't working throughout town, so I had to build another generator. A coal power plant. Built a coal power plant, like forget where I built it. I wanted to build, over by the industrial. I put a coal power plant. Because that's where most of the power outages started happening. So I had to connect the electrical wires to the electrical wires I already had. But it had already started filling up, so, you know. But I still needed to connect it because other parts of the town weren't getting electricity either. I was trying to figure a way how to make the wires not messy, but still, like, connect to the power plant. These big, messy wires I'll move eventually because they get horribly messy. But, you know, I finally connected that, started generating more power, and we have power to the people now. I took a look at my zoning. I wanted to build commercial. I was wondering why these houses weren't building. I guess people really don't want to move in yet. Because it still said we needed more housing, but I finished this road off with commercial. I was noticing that electrical wire wasn't connecting to anything, but you know, they're still getting power, so. Then I was trying to build the electrical wire go like over this road, but I just settled it would be easier to go like around the road, so I went around this little barren thing right there, made like a diamond shape of electrical wires, and just connected a big long thing. Big, more ugly electrical wires over here. Connected that real quick, and boom, we have more big. You can start to see the big ugly electrical wires take over. I mean, there's just blue lines all over my town, which I absolutely hated, but you know, I had to get power to the people somehow. I was taking a look at the Twitter tweets. I mean, that's a pretty nice neighborhood. I'd honestly move there. I really like that. It was a good selection because of the river. I'd move onto the river. Would you guys? Sorry. I was trying to figure out what to do because everywhere had electricity Everywhere had water. I had to connect water, though, to the garbage dump. And then I was gonna zone that all with commercial or something. I don't really know. I was thinking that road could be like for city services, things like police stations, fire stations. But yeah, I got the next achievement, Worthy Village. I think that's what it says. Taking a look at all the buildings I unlocked, because that's always nice to see. Then I noticed I liked the police station, the police office, so people could be protected. I wanted to start with healthcare, though, because people were complaining about that the most. But I noticed that the green lines were like how far it would go, and none of them were near my houses. No one lived out there, so I wanted to build the healthcare system out closer to the houses, but not like directly in the neighborhood. So I settled on this road over here, this medium road right in the corner there. I'd have to move the electrical wires, though. And all those people got happiness. Spreading happiness is what I like to see in this game. They now have a working healthcare system. And then I needed to build a police station, but I didn't have enough money, so. There's my healthcare clinic. Little clinic, and there goes a donut man. That's nice. The little details in this game is what makes it awesome. Taking a look around my city, getting a feel for what they have to live, but then I noticed the sewage, all that purple stuff that's pumping out into the ocean, the river, that gets way worse. That whole river gets purple, and then I move it over. Once I expand, I get a plot next to the ocean, and I just dumped that into the ocean so it doesn't like flow down the river. Looking around my town, looking out of the industrial, I noticed it needed more houses, but I wasn't going to focus on that too much. I wanted the commercial over here to start building itself. I really like, I don't know if you ever played it, it's by Zigna. It's on Facebook, Cityville. I really like that game. That was my all-time favorite city building game because you got to choose what go where, not just like zone everything. You got to choose like a fast food place go there, or like a McDonald's went there, or like what went there, like what kind of store went there, and what kind of restaurant went there, and what kind of house went there. You got to choose it all. You had like all the power in the world to customize, and it was amazing. I've been trying to find something like that ever since because I played that all the time when I was younger. When I was amazing like that and played games on Facebook. Anyway, that is gonna do it for this episode. Tune in next episode. We're gonna start working on a city service road. This big road that I'm making right here. It's gonna be like a bunch of city services, police station, hospital, school. You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, tune in next episode where we'll work on that. I'm trying to figure out how to use the curved roads, but thanks for watching. If you like this, leave a like down below. Subscribe for more as always. Yeah, thanks for watching.